आज के हमारे गोल्ड स्पॉन्सरर मोहतरम जनाब सलमान मौलूभाई के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव की हैसियत से जो यहाँ तशरीफ़ फरमा है हमारे मेहमान मोहतरम जनाब मोहिब नासर साहब, मैं उनसे दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि वो स्टेज पर आएँ और अपने ख़यालातों का इजहार करें। मोहतरम जनाब मोहिब नासर साहब।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. Anwar Rajpar, Chief Guest and Founder of JIBA International, Mr. Mustafa Zanji, JIBA International President, Vice President Mr. Dosani and General Secretary Mr. Salim Birani and General Secretary Mr. Masoom Somji, Dr. Asghar Mauludina, World Federation President, Mr. Muhammad Allah Jafri, JIBA Ahmedabad President, and Mr. Mohsin Nasser, Vice President, Mr. Nasir Dosani, President Ahmedabad Jamaat, Mr. Mustafa Qasim, gold sponsor of today's event, Honorable Mr. Sajjad Rashid, former Deputy Minister, Government of Kenya, Mr. Maqbool Ali Salman, philanthropist from Muscat. Sisters and brothers, Salaamun Alaikum. I am reading out a message sent by Mr. Salmaan Moloobhoy and his colleagues, Mr. Salmaan Moloobhoy, President of Faiz Panjatani, and his colleagues. It must have been a welcome change hearing something else other than about business. Let me begin by wishing you all Eid Mubarak on the joyous occasion of Eid al-Ghadir. We have some good news for you, for the worldwide Khoja community. By the grace of God, our Musawir Khanas in Iraq, which were attached by the government of Iraq, have been transferred to my name, for which I said, let me use this occasion of announcing this to the worldwide community. Some of you may be aware that Faiz Panjatani was formed in Bombay 100 years ago, exactly 100 years ago, in 1912, for the purpose of managing the Musafir Khanas in different countries, including Iraq, for the benefit of Zaireen. The properties in Iraq were in Basra, Kazman, Karbala, and Najaf. The power of attorney of the Musafir Khanas was at that time given to Marhum Abdul Hussain Jetha Gokul, who was martyred in the year 1968 by the Baathist regime. Subsequently, along with his properties, even our Musawir Khanas were confiscated by the then government of Iraq. Since 1970, the matter was pursued by Marhum Alhaj Sultan Moloobhoy as president of Faiz Panjatani, and after his passing away by Marhum Alhaj Roshan Dawood Nasser, who became president of Faiz Panjatani in 81. Marhum Alhaj Roshan Nasser particularly deserves high praise for his perseverance in the matter with the government of Iraq for almost 30 years until he passed away in 2008. In 1970, Alhaj Sultan Moloobhoy and Alhaj Roshan Dawood Nasser were assisted by Marhum Sheikh Abdul Amir Shamshah, who was a Mutawalli and who was given power of attorney to follow up the matter with the local authorities. After the removal of Saddam Hussein, the new government of Iraq constituted a committee to look after all such issues of Awqaf properties seized by the previous regime, Iraqi regime under Saddam Hussein. Immediately in 2003, a power of attorney was given by Faiz Panjatani to Alhaj Hujjatul Islam Sayyid Allah al-Musawi, and our lawyer was appointed Mahdi Karbul and solicitor Alhaj Jasim Shabib, who were following the case in the different courts on high priority. Mr. Ali Akbar Ratansi and Mir Mohib Hussain on Najafi House was sent by Haji Roshani Nasser on a fact-finding mission in 2005. In 2003, in 2005. For the past 3 years, the Faiz-e-Panjatani headed by Salmaan Moloobhoy, President, Mohib Nasser, Vice President, accompanied by on several occasions by Al-Haj Ghulam Ali Meghani of Bhavnagar and Al-Haj Ghulam Ali Suku Virji of Dubai and Mr. Anis Suratwala of Najafi House have been making frequent trips to Iraq to follow up the various cases pending in court. In spite of his keeping extremely busy with his vast business empire, Mr. Salmaan Moloobhoy has given top priority to bring about the release of Musawar Khanas with complete devotion. He does not spare any effort, and may Allah give him more and more tawfiq to continue the good work that he is doing. Special mention has to be made of Haji Ali Al-Dabbagh, Honorable Minister and spokesman for the government of Iraq, without whose help we would not have been able to make any progress and that we achieved in the last 3 years. Our Khoja Mutawalli Sheikh Ali Shamshah, Nabi of Sheikh Abdul Hamid Shamshah, has been assisting in the Faiz-e-Panjatani matters. We are very grateful to all of them for the time they have devoted to this cause. Mr. Ali Al-Dabbagh has been kind enough to arrange our meetings with the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Nouri Al-Maliki, Minister for Justice, Mr. Hassan Al-Shamri, Minister for Education, Mr. Ali Al-Adib, and Head of the Commission in charge of Waqaf Properties, Judge Ala, and many other senior government officials. The current status of the Musawar Khanas is as follows. Karbala Al-Qasr Musawar Khana, area about 850 square feet. After several hearings in the court, the High Court in Baghdad finally awarded the judgment in favor of Faiz-e-Panjatani 3 months ago. The property on which some construction has been made has to be handed over to the Faiz by the current occupant, and the government has to pay the Faiz approximately $600,000 by way of compensation. The matter is now pending with the Ministry of Finance, who have to agree to the amount of the financial compensation. As soon as this is settled, we inshallah hope to take property which is located only 500 meters on the main road from the holy shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. We are informed that Faiz can construct almost 1,000 square meters on this property. Karbala Musawar Khana Nasser Muhammad, also known as Zanzibar, area 500 square meters. The Karbala Waqaf has agreed that this property belongs to the Faiz. According, a meeting was arranged with the head of the Karbala Waqaf. The Musawar Khana is very old in its dilapidated condition. It cannot be used. It is very close to the shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and the surrounding areas is being acquired by Imam Hussain Trust. The head of the Waqaf has already signed the papers confirming that this property belongs to Faiz, which is currently occupied by some tenant. The Faiz has asked the Waqaf to hand over vacant possession of the property to us by removing the tenants who are paying rent to the Waqaf. Karbala Dar-e-Qibla. This Musawar Khana was taken over, demolished, and a road built on this land. It is near the security checkpost on the main land to the shrine of Imam Hussain. We are advised that an application will have to be made under some new rules, which will be avoid having us to go through the lengthy court procedure for compensation. The Najaf, Jamal Ali Bhai Ramji Musawar Khana, now known as Finduk Al-Ali, about 475 square meters, 100 meters from the holy shrine of Imam Ali alayhi salam. The High Court in Baghdad in its judgment 3 months ago, has confirmed the property belongs to Faiz. Notice has been given to the current occupant Karim Jawad to vacate. If all goes well, we shall inshallah get possession of this property by the end of next month. Ameen. Qasban Musawar Khana, area 258 plus 118 meters near the Bazaar Road opposite the Haram. The High Court in Baghdad has confirmed that the property belongs to Faiz. It is currently in the possession of the Ministry of Education for use as a hostel by students of Nehran University. The Minister for Education has directed Nehran University to return the property to Faiz, but this has not yet been done. The matter is being pursued. In the land records of all the above Musawar Khanas have been shown in Iraq government that is registered under the name of Faiz-e-Panjatani. This is after giving you this good news, I end with congratulating Mr. Muhammad Jafari, Mr. Mohsin Dosani, and his office bearers for the success of organizing this grand function, which you can all see the grand success. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.